And hello fellow Tiger Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. And today you were probably expecting a British light tank video. But instead, instead of a British light tank, we have a Japanese medium tank. Because I think Japanese tank will be much better than any of those British light tanks that you're about to discover. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna state my opinion. It's a little bit too early, but I started grinding that line and I tell you guys that reload and alpha is quite underwhelming on the tier 8 and tier 9. I don't understand. I mean, tier 10 is something that I want. I think, you know, the playstyle is gonna be awesome for me. I love the big alpha and sneaky ability of this tank to get into different situations undetected. So I'm looking forward to that, but anything before that, I don't know. I was looking at tier 8 and tier 9 and I actually free XP over tier 8. I mean, I free XP through certain stages, not the entire thing, but still, I sped it up quite a bit. And now I'm at tier 9, and I don't know. We'll see. Well, I might make a video on the British line, although I'm not sure yet because I should probably leave it to the light tank specialist, like Turkey Tank, for instance, right? I'm sure he'll make videos on that, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, today we are not in a British light tank. Today we are in a Japanese medium premium tank, tier 8 premium tank, STA-2. This, boys and girls, is probably one of the best premium tanks in the game. But in order to play this tank right, you have to understand that you cannot be hit at any cost, because tier 6, tier 7 will penetrate you at will. That turret has no armor whatsoever, and you will be penetrated no matter what. So the way you play this tank is make sure you hide it properly, you use it to its strengths, you use the turret armor, poke out, use its mobility, and shoot light tanks just like that. And what I'm bringing you today, boys and girls, is probably my highest damage game ever in this tank, which is quite impressive. So I think the highest that I had before was 5.2k damage, and I was on map Pilsen, and I was in a platoon with Destroyer, if I remember correctly. But anyway, so this game is gonna be better, although it's gonna be tight kind of a situation until the end of the game. And early in game here, now I like this position here because of this tank's gun depression. Now you have to be really concerned about snipers from J-line because they're there usually, you know. And as you can see, someone also has shots at me from the opposition's base circle, so you gotta be aware of that as well. And I have this stock too with shitloads of hit points that I can completely chew down, and that's what I'm doing right here pretty much. But I would argue that I'm doing this to take one gun out of the game. Yes, boys and girls, you gotta take guns out of the game as well. But he's not paying attention to me. So far I'm getting away with murder because I'm just poking out, quickly snap shooting this guy. And mind you, to be honest, in this tank I have completely brand new crew. It has nothing, not even one skill. And I don't know, highest ever game in damage that I did was also in a tank with only 2 perks or skills. So I don't know what it is with that, but I don't know if these tanks with shitty crews get better RNG because crews are not as experienced. I find that if I have an experienced crew, sometimes the gun doesn't behave as well as with the crew that has pretty much 0 experience. So where's the logic in that? Anyway, look, this is just a conspiracy theory. It's not really the truth. Anyway, we're gonna switch the flank over here because these shots seem to be easier here. So we're gonna hit this T69. And pay attention to those 2 T69s because they'll come into play at the end of the game. And like I said, it's going to be a close one. So far I'm just looking for shots from this position here. This position is great because it's nice and central, and you can utilize both flanks. You can shoot towards south side, you can shoot towards east side. So as you can see, I'm looking for shots, so whenever I have shots, I'll take them. If I don't have them, I will not overexpose myself. Now, this is going to be an important play right here, because for the first time in this game, I go damage hungry and I overexpose myself, you know, to shoot this M6, and I had no clue that the Scorpion's sitting right in the back and waiting for me to poke. And that's exactly what happened. That was my big mistake. And the fact that I don't have sixth sense in this thing, I didn't pay attention to the fact that I might have been spotted when I was poking over the ridge just before I took that shot. Anyway, we're looking at shots into this Oho, but of course he stops just when I take a shot. Why not? So we're gonna try to shoot this T69. Again, that shot was critical. If I made that shot, could I have changed the outcome of the game? Not sure. Let's wait and see. Anyway, so at this point in time, I decided not to push. I'm like, everybody fell on the other side, and I see the medium tank still alive. I think it's a Pershing, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to support him the best I can. Maybe we can poke over the ridge, get some shots into this T69 as well. Maybe we have shots into this. Oho was it in the middle of the map, so I told him to drop. I want him to kind of completely disappear, and then we can start spotting and shooting these guys. But look what happens there. He gets completely annihilated by Artie, and all of a sudden there's no one else on this flank, and me with 0 crew skills. So I wasn't awfully confident about being here at this point in time, to be honest. But I wasn't gonna go away. I wanted to see if the opposition is gonna push our base, and I've realized after sticking around for a few seconds here that they're not going to show up. And for whatever reason, my friendlies gave up center of the map. That was a huge mistake. If both of our heavy tanks remained in the center of the map, we would have been able to easily take this game. But because they left the center of the map, they gave it to the opposition, all of a sudden this game is going to become extremely difficult. So I come around here and I see, what, a full health AT-15. And I'm trying to get into position where I can do some crossfire into this guy, put some crossfire into this guy. Here we go. We shoot him in the side. That's going to make him turn, and that's what my thinking was. I'm going to try to track him here, but he gets tracked by our friendly. We track his other track at the same time, but it looks like the guy has pretty decent repair crew because he repairs pretty quickly right there. So we're going to keep on putting shots into him as long as he's turning. He either has to look at me or my friendlies, and that's what I'm trying to make him do at this point in time. But unfortunately, enemy has a lot of tanks with a lot of HP. So, and I'm the only one really at this point dealing damage, right? Because my friendlies are focused, so I'm not being paid attention to. Yet I'm trying to, you know, chew him down in health. But there's just so much HP that even with rate of fire that this tank has, it's extremely difficult. Now here, this is a very important play because I wanted to remain out of the shooting lane of the guys that are on a hill, but yet be able to hit this guy here and hopefully chew him down even more. But man, and I'm not getting high rolls. If I was getting higher rolls here, I think maybe I would have been able to finish him quicker. But he manages to take our Tiger out, and all of a sudden everyone's gonna focus me at this point in time. And unfortunately, I wanted to take that gun out of the game, but here these two guys are gonna come right now. And this T69, what did I tell you guys? If that one shot went in earlier, right, we would have been able to take him out right here with just one shot, because he would be a one shot right now. But because we did not put that shell in earlier, we put only one in, and he takes us out with the second one. And AT-15, the opposition's AT-15 gets shot down by our Artie. So what's left is platoon of T-69s and the Artie. And at this point in time, I knew we lost this game. And yeah, it was quite unfortunate, to be honest. But I think I did all I could. I mean, there's nothing else that I could absolutely do to make this game any better. I mean, it was a shoot fest. I had all kinds of targets. It was so close. We could have carried this, but it wasn't meant to be. Anyway, so let's see what this Artie can do. I'm pretty sure he can. Take a look at that. Both of these guys are, what? This guy's 88. The other guy was a one-shot. Had very low HP. So, yeah, this game was so close. So close. But, you know, one of these guys in T69 pretty much matched my damage output, which allowed the opposition to win this game. And you gotta give kudos to the guys that actually played well in the game and managed to carry their team to victory. And in this case, it wasn't me, but it was the opposing player on the opposing team. So we'll take a look at that in a split second. We managed to put up fantastic result. 5.5k damage, Mastery, Ace Tanker, Sniper Medal, 24 penetrating hits, 4 kills. And yeah, we did a bunch of farming on that top Tog. I know, that was dirty. But now, anyway, take a look at the opposing team. Look at the T69 player. He did 5.4k damage with 2000 base XP. Phenomenal game by him. Phenomenal. And I should have probably went back to watch it, but I never did. Maybe next time I should present that sort of perspective where you guys can see what the opposing player did when he has a good game. Anyway, we fired 28 shells. We had 26 direct hits and 24 penetrations. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking. Space Bandit checking out.